There was a time, and maybe this is dating myself, there was a time when the internet belonged in a room in my home or whatever, right? Or it was at school and I couldn't get to it when I wasn't at school. And when I walked away from the internet, it didn't exist anymore. And it was just me alone in the world again. And at that time, I was suffering clinical depression. So it wasn't very good and it sucked and I hated it. But looking back, it was probably somewhat more healthy for me than having the internet in my pocket because I could close the door on the internet. You know, when I met people online when I was a kid, it was when I was like playing World of Warcraft and they were my WoW friends and I didn't add them on Discord and I didn't add them on social media. I talked to them when I was on the computer, and when I wasn't on the computer, they didn't exist. I thought about them and I cared about them, but I was at a healthy distance to digest my interactions with them and digest my experiences with them and just like let that be a different reality. The internet was its own dimension. Now the internet is my life. If I have a 4-second window of opening the fridge, my phone pops out of my pocket and I look at Twitter for like those 4 seconds before the fridge. From the time it takes to put my hand on the handle to opening the handle, I probably scrolled through 3 posts. That's not good. That's not good for my psyche. It's not good for your psyche, probably. I'm trying to stop doing that. Well, Nerissimo, I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and at the risk of sounding like a huge cunt, I'm going to say something that sounds mean, and I don't mean it to be mean. It's a good time to say this because I think that a lot of people might think this and not realize it. I think I miss when connections weren't that deep on the internet. I have a lot of fond memories of people I met in games and in places like I don't know, fucking shitty roleplay boards or whatever. But like I miss those temporary ephemeral connections that only mattered when I was in that space. I have many memories that are lifelong that I will never forget with people I don't know the name of. I know their screen name. I knew their class and their race that they played in WoW. And that's all I know about them. And that's okay. That connection was beautiful and important to me, but only until I was off the computer. I miss that. But yeah, I miss when connections were a little bit more relegated to the spaces where they were made. When you could like really kind of compartmentalize your worlds that you existed in. It's like I had my school friends, I had my WoW friends, I had like my shitty, I don't fucking know, like Pokemon roleplay board friends. You had like all of that. Those are the people that you knew. And even in school, you know, you had like your cool friends and your burnout friends, or your like fucking friends that you were ashamed to be friends with, that you shouldn't have been ashamed to be friends with because you were pressured socially to not be friends with them, but you liked them because they were cool people, even if they were largely considered weird or cringe, but you still were cool with them. You had all of these different spaces and different like concepts of like what friendship meant to you, and none of these connections were like constantly in your face. I miss that. I do miss that. I'm not saying I don't enjoy the depth of connection that the world can have right now, but I don't know, dude. I miss being able to meet somebody on like fucking World of Warcraft and they didn't immediately have to add me on fucking social media, on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Discord, and then we talk to each other every single fucking day. I like talking to people. I like the people I've met. I like my acquaintances and my friends. Not that I have any friends because I don't make friends. I hate friends. Friends are bad, yucky, stinky. But I miss being able to compartmentalize that and not have to constantly keep up with that, because it is an impossible burden sometimes, especially as a content creator. I think we feel this the most. I think Bluebell, Roy, you guys probably understand this feeling of there's so many things happening every day, all the time, no matter what. And the guilt of being unable to maintain that is painful and it sucks. And I don't want to be a bad person and not care about people's events and their birthdays and things that make them feel special and things that I should notice about them as their friend. But when my friendship is disseminated amongst like 128 individuals who all have like 14 personal moments that are important to them in a year, then that's like, I don't fucking know, dude. That's like 1,480 something odd like things that I need to keep up with, which is multiple a day. It's hard. It's too much for any one person to handle. Like, I promise I don't hate you. I just need this time to myself or I will explode. Exactly. That's the emotion. I don't hate you. I just need time to be by myself and alone and think. And I think content creators struggle with this because we all want to make sure that we know we care about each other, but it's just so many people. It's so many people to keep up with. And I'm pretty bad about this because I've always been a hands-off friend. I'm the type of person who won't talk to you for 4 months, and it's not personal. I just forget you're not there because I don't have object permanence. If you are not directly in front of me talking to me, I'm probably Googling what type of ant has like the most aggressive territorial control and will be the most likely to go hunt down other ants around them because my brain is immediately fixating on the next thing I'm interested in. Or I'm playing 14 hours of fucking Songs of Six, man. It's not personal. I'm just dumb. I just want to be thinking about things I'm thinking about. Low maintenance friends, rise up. It's why I struggle with, and I apologize to everybody because I know there are people in this room I've done this to. Sorry, Roy. It's why I have this situation where sometimes I'll get a DM and I'll sit on it for like a week. And sometimes it's because I read it and I forget it's there. Other times it's because I recognize that because I sat on DMs for 3 days, I now have like 17 DMs from different people and I get overwhelmed and I'm like, oh my God, oh no, I left them all on red. And it's been like, some of them it's been like 2 weeks, some of them it's been 3 hours, and I can't respond to all of them, but I shouldn't just respond to one of them because then I'm favoring one of them and that's not okay. So I just won't respond to any of them. Anyway, you guys are all cool. I don't dislike anybody, and if I don't respond to you, I apologize. I promise it's probably because I got in my own head about being an asshole, or I've gotten overwhelmed because I just have too many messages.